Yes, I can see the presentation. Am I audible? Is everyone able to hear me before I start?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, okay, all right, okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you to those that have joined us on the call, on the Zoom call here today, and those that are joining us through live streaming services on Facebook and our other platforms. Welcome to the information session for the cohort 4 of the Women in Tech program. For the SC Women in Tech program. We're really excited to be having our 4th cohort, and there's a lot of new things that we have in store for you. Some of you have been waiting for 3 years now since we started the program for 3 years now, and I'm hoping this is a great opportunity for us to have more, for us to have new people in the program. Okay. So my name is Parity. If you could just change the slides, please. So my name is Momo Mubila, and I'm a project manager at Bongo Hive, and I'll be your moderator for today. And I'm also joined by Timwani from Standard Chartered, who we'll be hearing from a bit later on in the presentation. Okay, so if you would like to keep in touch and follow everything that's going on regarding the Standard Chartered Women in Tech program, please make sure to follow us on Twitter, now X, with that hashtag, and on LinkedIn, on Facebook as well, and hopefully soon on Instagram for those of you that prefer using Instagram. Okay, so for our agenda for today, sorry. Okay, so in our agenda for today, Parity, if you could just refresh that slide, please. Just give the updated. Okay. All right, wait, give me a second. You can just refresh it again, please. Sorry about that. Okay, so on our agenda today, I've already done our welcome and introduction. We'll be having a keynote from Timwani Nalonda from Standard Chartered, who will be telling us a bit more about the reason behind this program from Standard Chartered's perspective, what they're trying to achieve with this program, and what it means to them. I'm then going to I'm going to take us through the process of applying for the Standard Chartered Women in Tech program, and just giving you a lot more detail on the program, and also some of the new things that we've introduced in this new cohort. We're going to end the session with a Q&A. So those of you that are on the call, please feel free to raise your hands or post your questions on the chat. Those of you watching on Facebook or other platforms, please also just put down your questions, and we'll answer them during the Q&A session. Okay, next slide. Okay, so Timwani, floor is yours. Please do introduce us from Standard Chartered's perspective, what the program is about, why it's important for Standard Chartered, and what you're trying to achieve through the program.
Thank you, Momo. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again to the Women in Tech information session. I hope I'm audible. Momo, you can just confirm.
Yes, you are. Okay.
Thank you. So welcome once again. I am delighted to be here today on behalf of Standard Chartered Zambia to shed more light on this remarkable endeavor we like to call Women in Tech. So at Standard Chartered, we like to say here for good. And good looks different every day. But today, good looks like women in tech. So, in response to the growing demand for diversity in technology and the need to empower women in entrepreneurship, we launched the Women in Tech program. So, this initiative, nestled within our Future Makers program, aspires to facilitate learning, earning, and growth within communities. So, Future Makers by Standard Chartered is our global initiative to tackle inequality and promote economic inclusion across our markets. So, the bank's approach to tackle inequality and promote greater economic inclusion is to extend opportunities to people through our business, operation, and community programs, regardless of social background and gender. So, Standard Chartered Bank Zambia launched Future Makers in September 2020 and is now running three programs: Youth to Work, SC Women in Tech, and Goal. So these three programs cover three pillars, namely education, entrepreneurship, and employability. So, under the employability pillar, we have Youth to Work, which is basically a program that creates opportunities for young people to become job ready. And under the education pillar, we have the GO program. So, this program equips young girls with confidence, knowledge, and skills that they need to be economic leaders in their families and communities. And we provide these skills through sports and activity based learning. And finally, women in tech. So this one sits under the entrepreneurship pillar. So since its inception in 2020, Women in Tech has been a catalyst for Zambian female-led businesses, providing support, mentorship, and access to resources. So through three successful cohorts, 33 women have benefited from a 12-week incubation phase, refining their business propositions and leading to the 10,000 US dollar seed funding for five winners. Women in Tech strategically guides female entrepreneurs going beyond conventional support. Applicants undergo this robust selection process, which I believe Momo is going to speak about in a few moments after me. And she'll explain about the 12-week incubation period, also the 5-month acceleration program. So our collaboration with Bongo Hive is integral to the success of Women in Tech. So this partnership aligns with our commitment to responsible and sustainable business practices. Standard Chartered proudly partners with Bongo Hive because of their pivotal role in fostering innovation and supporting the growth of startups in Zambia. Bongo Hive serves as a hub for innovation in Zambia, providing an environment that nurtures creativity and problem solving. This aligns seamlessly with our commitment to leveraging technology for sustainable growth through women in tech. Bongo Hive's role as Zambia's premier technology and innovation hub has been instrumental in shaping the success of women in tech. So we appreciate their dedication to building a vibrant startup ecosystem, addressing industry gaps, and collaborating with diverse stakeholders. Women in Tech stands as a beacon within our comprehensive approach to environmental, social, and governance principles. So, by empowering Zambian women in technology, it actively contributes to diversity and gender equality within the local tech ecosystem. So, it empowers women with skills for sustained success, creating a ripple effect in the communities. So, this program is not just a financial investment for us, it's an investment in Zambia's social fabric. So, Women in Tech aligns with our corporate values, reflecting our commitment to ethical conduct, diversity, and inclusion. Standard Chartered's purpose of driving commerce and prosperity through unique diversity finds tangible expression in the Women in Tech initiative. It's not just an initiative, it's a living embodiment of how we drive commerce, prosperity, and positive change through our unique diversity. So, with this particular program, it creates a landscape where Zambian women are not merely participants, but leaders in the dynamic world of technology. So, our goal is to break down barriers and empower women to be formidable contributors to the tech sector, fostering an environment where their talent and innovation flourish. And through this program, we aim to promote leadership, drive innovation, and create role models. So through Women in Tech, we believe it's going to nurture female leaders in the technology space. And we believe that providing skills, mentorship, and resources necessary for women to take the helm in their respective ventures helps them become influential figures within their communities. So we aspire to be at the forefront of fostering innovation solutions led by women. Women in Tech participants are encouraged to think creatively outside the box and embrace technology and develop groundbreaking solutions that contribute to the growth and sustainability of their businesses. And by supporting women in technology, we seek to create a pool of role models who inspire future generation of women to pursue careers in tech fearlessly. We believe that empowering women to lead today is more inclusive and diverse for the tomorrow's ecosystem in tech. And I know someone is wondering, why is Standard Chartered so passionate about empowering women in tech? Simple. Our passion for empowering women through technology is deeply rooted in our commitment to diversity, equality, and responsible business practice. We firmly believe that diverse perspectives drive innovation. And by empowering women in tech, we then contribute to a richer and more dynamic tech landscape where a variety of voices and ideas can thrive. And through the Women in Tech program incubator, we actively contribute to the economic empowerment of women. We recognize the immense potential that women-led businesses have to contribute to economic growth, and we are committed to facilitating this growth. So our passion for empowering women through technology and innovation is grounded in a vision of a more inclusive and diverse and innovative future. So through Women in Tech, Standard Chartered is actively contributing to shaping that future by supporting and nurturing women in technology. We also believe that technology has the power to be a catalyst for positive change. We pride ourselves as a digital bank, and we are passionate about harnessing this power to uplift women, providing them with the tools they need to thrive in an ever evolving digital landscape. We just also want to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed partners, Bongo Hive. Together, we are embarking on a transformative journey through the Women in Tech Incubator Program, leveraging innovation, collaboration, and a shared commitment to fostering entrepreneurship. So, together, let's continue shaping a future where diversity, inclusion, and innovation thrive. I look forward to seeing the businesses that take part during this cohort. And like Momo said, there's a lot in store for you guys this time around. And I really can't wait to see the journey of each and every business that makes it through. So thank you, Momo. Over to you.
Thank you, Kimani. Thank you. Yes, Kate Nalonda says insightful, very insightful presentation. Okay, so now that we have a background from Standard Chartered, I'll now take you through a quick overview, first of all, of the entire program, and then I'll go a bit more into detail on some of the things that you need to know for you to qualify or for you to take part in the program. So first of all, we launched the application, we launched our applications on not too long ago, just a few weeks ago, and I'll share the dates in the next slide. But just to give an overview, we're targeting over 100 applications. We always usually get over 100 applications for this program. So we're actually targeting over 100 applications for the program for this cohort again. And we're targeting women-led businesses, women-owned businesses only, and those businesses that are based in Lusaka, Zambia. So if you're a Zambian woman and you're not based in Lusaka, Zambia, and your business is not based in Lusaka, Zambia, unfortunately, you're not eligible for the program. So this year around, the recruitment and the selection process will take, the timeline for the recruitment and selection process would be 8 weeks. So, and again, I'll share the dates in the next slide. We instead of going for top 10 this year, like we've done in the previous years, we're now going for top 15. So we're giving an opportunity to more women to participate in the program. So 5 additional women will be taking part in the Women in Tech in the SC Women in Tech program this year. Our incubation phase stays at 3 months. So this is where you'll be having incubation sessions, mentoring and coaching. You'll be prototyping and designing and learning how to pitch your businesses. Then we'll also have a demo day and an award ceremony where we will be awarding, instead of 5, we'll be awarding 1 extra woman this year. So again, that is something new, and that's why I've put it in red. We're no longer having a top 5, but we're having a top 6 this year, and we'll be awarding 6 ladies $10,000 to implement the technology, their chosen technology to grow their business. So in a nutshell, this is the process for the Women in Tech program. And now I'll go more into detail on the eligibility criteria that we're using for the program. So next slide, Parity. So in order to take part of the program, you can find a lot more information on this on the program website, but these are just some of the key points that that we look at, in addition to another longer list of selection criteria. So the first one is, as I mentioned before, you have to be a Zambian female founder or co-founder and over the age of 18 years. So we usually get the question of what if your business is owned by a female founder and a male founder. In that case, the female founder has to have at least a 50% stake in the business. So I'm going to repeat again. If you're a female founder that has a male co-founder, as a female founder, to qualify for this program, you have to have at least 50% stake in your business, in addition to being over the age of 18 years. So that actually covers the second point. So you have either equal majority stake as your male co-founder, or you have either equal stake in the business or your majority stake in the business. Your business should be based in Zambia and you should be operating in Zambia. Your business should be tech-based, or if it is not tech-based, if you're not already using technology in your business, you should be able to communicate to us in a very clear way why you need to leverage technology to grow your business. Your business should be in operation for between 3 months to 3 years, and it's very important that you're already registered at PACRA. Right? So this year, this is something new again. In previous years, we've done our due diligence process after we've shortlisted. But this time, we're going to be requiring you to submit your compliance documents at the application stage, because what happens is that some people will apply, their business won't be registered on PACRA, or they will apply with a male and a female co-founder, and the male co-founder has a majority stake in the business. And during the application phase, they'll go and change those details at PACRA. And then, then we're in a situation that is not fair, because then you're taking up the space for someone else that actually qualified from the start. So it's very important that at the time that you're applying for this program, that your business is already registered at PACRA, and that you've been in operation for between 3 months to 3 years. And we will check that during our due diligence process. Okay. In order to take part of this program, you should be able to communicate the type of support that you're seeking. Are you seeking support for your customers to increase the number of customers you have, or to reach more customers? Are you trying to develop your product using technology? Are you trying to change and transform or improve your business model and your business processes using technology? You'll notice that in the application form, you'll be required to communicate some of those things. We are taking in, so we preferably like to work with at least 2 people per business. So if you are the sole owner of your business, that's fine. But if you're more than one founder, if you're more than 2 founders in a business, we're only going to take up to 2 people in the program. And preferably, these should be founders. These should be people that are able to make decisions in the business, right? So the program is for founders. And you must be able to attend the boot camp in February, and the incubation program starting in March and ending in May. And you also have to be available to attend the acceleration program from June to November. So please only apply if you are available, right, for this period of time. Because again, if you apply and you drop out, again, you're being unfair, because you're taking up space for someone that could have taken part in the entire program. So please make sure that you read the criteria, that you really understand what it takes to be part of the program before you apply. It is quite a lengthy application process, but that's very important for us, because it is a free $10,000 on the line to leverage technology to grow your business. Next slide, Parity. So in the next slide, I will now share the key program dates. So these dates for now are fixed and they've been planned for. So if you're applying to the program, you have very good visibility on what it would take for you to be committed, your level of commitment in the program. So as I mentioned earlier, our applications open on the 16th of November, and they'll be closing on the 12th of January, 2024. We'll be shortlisting our applications between the 15th and 30th of January, 2024. And then we'll be announcing our top 40 So we're starting with the top 40. We'll be announcing our top 40 on the 5th of February, 2024. The top 40 will be required to go through a 5-day virtual boot camp. And the purpose of this boot camp is to support the businesses to be able to better communicate what their business is about, why they need technology to grow their business, because they'll then be required to pitch for us to be able to choose the top 15. So the virtual bootcamp will run from the 16th from the 12th to the 16th of February. And then the top 40 will be required to pitch their businesses again for a chance to now be shortlisted for the top 15 that will actually take part in the program. The boot camp will take place from the 19th to the 20th, on the 19th and the 20th of February. So we'll be dividing the top 40 into two groups of 20. The first group of 20 will pitch on the 19th. The second group of 20 will pitch on the 20th of February. After the pitching, we'll announce the top 15 that would have made it into the incubation program on the 21st of February, 2024. And they will be required to go through another due diligence process with Standard Chartered Bank. After that, prior to the commencement of the incubation phase, we're inviting all participants to a networking mixer where you'll be mingling with your mentors, with some of the facilitators, with the Bongo Hive and the Standard Chartered team, and also just getting to know your fellow peers in the program. The incubation phase will start on the 4th of March and will end on the 20th of March, 2024. And within the incubation phase, you'll be having classes every Monday, so once a week, for about 2 to 2 hours and a half. And then once a month, over the period of 3 months, you'll be required in person to attend in-person events at either Standard Chartered or the Bongo Hive offices. And these physical events are called Entrepreneurs in Residence. And we'll tell you a lot more about that in the program. I do not want to spoil that, but I just wanted to mention the date here because I know applications are open for women even outside of Lusaka. So if you're coming from outside of Lusaka, please take note of these dates. Please understand that you will be required at least once a month to be in Lusaka to attend the Entrepreneurs in Residence. And then we'll be closing the program, the incubation program, with a demo day where the top 15 will be required to pitch in front of a panel of judges so that we can shortlist the top 6 businesses that will then be awarded $10,000. So demo day will take place on the 29th of May, 2024. Within the incubation phase, in addition to having to be present physically at least once a month, the ladies will also be giving back by participating in a CSR event that will take place on the 22nd and the 23rd of May. So again, I'm not going to give too much details. For those of you that will be successfully chosen to be part of the program, you'll hear a lot more about that, but that's a very key date for you to take note of. And finally, once the top 6 have been selected, the top 6 will then be taken through an acceleration period from the 3rd of June to the 3rd of November. And during this time, you will be required to work with either a software team and your coaches and your mentors to then develop the technology that you need to leverage to grow your business. So again, if there's things that were not clear here, please post your questions in the chat, post your questions on the status. If you're watching through Facebook, post your questions there under the video, and I'll be able to answer them once we get to our Q&A. So moving on to the frequently asked questions. So these are just some of the questions that I would like to highlight that we get asked quite a lot throughout the application process. So the first question is, how long has your business been in operation? So as I mentioned, if your business hasn't been in operation for at least 3 months, please do not apply for the program. If your business has been in operation for over 3 years, please do not apply for the program. So we're trying to work with people that are at the growth stage of their business, right? And at the stage where you're also more likely in the position to leverage technology to grow your business. So the time frame for the existence of your business is between 3 months to 3 years. Is your business registered with PACRA? So that's a frequently asked question. So if your business is not registered with PACRA yet, right, the applications are open, then you do not qualify to be part of the program. Okay. So if you would like to take part in the program next year, now is the time to register your business with PACRA, because it would be very unfortunate for you to miss out just because your business is not registered. And we will be doing due diligence. So we'll be requiring you to send us your business registration form and other compliance documents to check that you really are indeed a legit business. Okay, so the third question is, have you received funding above 5,000 US dollars in the last 2 years? So this is just a question that helps us to understand where you're at with your business. It's not a question that will either disqualify you or qualify you. We just want to understand really how you're using your money in your business, and how you're making use of the opportunities that you also get, right, in your business. So if you've received funding above $5,000, whether it's a grant, whether it's a loan, whether it's investment, in the last 2 years, please make sure that you mention that. And the fourth question is, what is your current valuation? And have you fundraised before, and for how much? So valuation, I can just quickly give you an example. If you're selling 10% of your shares for 10,000, if you're selling 10% of shares for your business for $10,000, it means that your company is estimated at $100,000. So if you've gone through a valuation exercise and you've valued your business, or you have fundraised, you've gone out and asked investors to invest in your business, please make sure you mention that in your application, including the amount as well. All right. So the fifth question is, have you been in an incubator or accelerator program with the same idea or startup over the last 2 years? So we do get a number of people. As you know, Bongo Hive is an innovation, entrepreneurship, and tech hub. We do run a lot of programs, and we do see startups and entrepreneurs moving from one program to another with not much progress in their business. So for us, again, this is not a qualifying or disqualifying question, but what we want to understand, again, similar to the funding, is how are you making use of your opportunities? If you've taken part in 4 accelerator programs and your business idea hasn't changed, you haven't really made any progress, is this program really for you, or is this really going to help you? So we're definitely going to prioritize those people that we feel are making use of the opportunities and are using the opportunities to actually grow their business. So please be honest. We'd like to know whether you've taken part in an incubator or accelerator program. It could be either a Bongo Hive program or a non-Bongo Hive program, but we just want to understand what type of information you've received in the past. This also helps us to better tailor the program to suit the needs of the participants that are going to be in our program. And finally, what is the market opportunity for your product or service? So what does this mean? So where do you believe your business would grow? Okay, so example, where do you see your opportunity for growth using technology? It's very important that when you're applying for the program, that you're able to communicate, right, how you will use technology to leverage your business. So you don't necessarily already have to have, or you don't necessarily already have to be using technology or leveraging technology in your business at the time of application, but it's very important that you have aspirations and you have a goal and you're able to communicate why you want to leverage technology. So technology can be leveraged in various ways. And for example, you could leverage technology to want to reach a lot more customers, maybe to grow your reach beyond Lusaka. So technology can help you reach customers outside of Lusaka, even outside of Zambia. So that could be a market opportunity that you're looking into, just as an example. But it's very important, if you're not yet sure, please go and do your research before you apply. For us, when reading the applications, it's very important for us to also see that you have done your research, right? Feel free to also ask us questions if you've got any challenges going through the application. And this is a good time for me to actually take us through the application process. So I'll just quickly take you through the application process. If you could just move to the next slide, Parity. So So the first step of the application process is visiting the program website, which is www.scwomenintech.co.zm. And once you're on that page, it is very clearly indicated where you have to click to be taken to the application form. So right here in this presentation, I've got a link that will take me to the application form. And Parity, let me just let me cut you off so that I can share my screen. So once you've clicked on the apply link on this SC Women in Tech website, you will then be, okay, sorry, let me just quickly share my screen. Okay, so once you've clicked on the link that says apply on the program website, you will then be redirected to the application form. And this is the application form that we'll be collecting. So again, please make sure that before you fill out the application form, that you visit the website. The website is very comprehensive. It has a lot of information about the program, what you can expect in the program, benefits of the program. You'll also be able to also see information on our previous cohorts, some of the alumni, some of the business ideas, right, that they applied to come into the program with, to also give you a bit of inspiration. So as I mentioned, the application deadline is on 12th of January. So the form will no longer be available after this deadline. And we've got a set of a couple of questions here, as you can see. So what you'll be required to do is go through this application form and fill it out, and ensure that you fill out every single question to the best of your ability, and with very honest answers. So again, as I mentioned here, if your business is registered with PACRA, you'll be expected to attach your documents. And if it's not, then again, as I mentioned, you may not be eligible for this program. If you have a company website, please put that in here. If you don't have a company website, because it's a required question, please make sure that you put in maybe your social media handles, where you're maybe advertising where you're advertising your products or your services, or anything that can allow us to learn more about your business while we're going through your application. So again, here you'll give an overview of your company. I think that's very straightforward. And then also, how long has your business been in operation? Again, if your business has been in operation for less than 3 months, you do not qualify for the program. But if it's been 3 months to 3 years, then you do qualify. Number of founders, again, as I mentioned, we're going for a maximum of 2 founders or 2 people per business for the program. So if you've got over 2 founders, you can only 2 founders can attend the program, but you should be able to put, all your founders in here. So which sector does your startup operate in? Here you get a chance to select from a couple of options that we have. Here you'll be also expected to describe at what stage your business is, whether you're making revenue, whether you're not making revenue. Have you already tested your idea on people? Do you already have paying customers and users? So we also need that information. Some of these things I've already covered. And then here's another couple of questions again. So describe clearly and concisely what problem you're addressing and why it is important. So here, I think these are one of the first questions that kind of rings a bell in our mind. If you are a founder of a business and you're unable to communicate, what problem you're solving, then I think this is a homework that you need to do for yourself, but it's unlikely that you will be accepted into the program. So please make sure that you're able to communicate what problem you're solving through your business, who you're solving that problem for, why it's a problem for them, and also why you are the best person, or why your business is the best person, or why your business is the best business to solve the problem. So again, I won't go through the entire application form. I just wanted to kind of take you through it. As you can see, like I said, it's quite lengthy. There's a number of questions, but it's important that we really understand your business. Like we said, you're standing a chance to win $10,000 and support to grow your business and leverage technology. It's no small fit, so it's really important that we understand your business and that we also pick the right people for the program. Okay, so I'll stop my screen, sharing my screen there. Parity, if you could just take over again as I run through the last few slides that I have. So again, if you have any questions concerning, actually, yeah, that was the last slide. Parity, if you could just put me on the Q&A. So this is for everybody watching. This brings me to the end of my presentation. And if you have any questions, any concerns, any feedback, I'd be happy to take those for the next about 20 minutes. So if you've got any questions, feel free to either raise your hand and we can give a few of you an opportunity to speak and ask a question, or feel free to type in the chat. I've also got some colleagues helping as well to get the questions from off of our other social media platforms. Thank you very much for your attention, and to all of those that attended, thank you so much. And I look forward to receiving your applications. So, any questions? Any points of clarification? Okay, so Lorene, please go ahead. Lorene? Okay, so while Lorene is coming up, Claudia has typed in the chat here, and she's saying we are less than a year in operation. Can we apply? So Claudia, as I mentioned, if you've been operating for at least 3 months, you're able to apply. If you've been operating for less than 3 months, then you do not qualify for the program. So right now you're telling me that you're, based off of your question, I would say yes, you can apply, but just make sure that you've been in operation for at least 3 months. From our Facebook, what if someone does not have a website? So again, you don't necessarily have to have a website. If you don't have a website, as I mentioned, please put in a link to anything that allows us to know what your business is about. So it could be maybe a social media page of yours, or if you're maybe a business, you don't have a website, but you're very active on Instagram, selling your products and services there, you can also put your Instagram link there. And then we're going to be able to check out your business. So what this allows us to do is to make sure that your business is legit. So anything that allows us to make sure your business is legit, anything that you can share with us that we can find online, please do. Okay, so Lorene, if you're ready, please go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, sure, I'm ready. Sorry about that. I didn't know that I was actually muted. Yeah, so I want to ask how many times do you allow the founders to be actually absent for the meetings in circumstances where we cannot control the situation? Because I've heard that we definitely have to be available throughout the course of the meetings. So if in case we have situations we cannot control, I mean, what room are we given to actually adjust? Or
Yes,
maybe it's a
Lorene.
must, it have to be throughout. Thank you very much.
Yeah, very good question, Lorene. And to answer your question, so we've gotten an 80% attendance rate for the program. So what we do is that there's several ways in which we score the performance of a participant in the program. So we're not just looking at your business and how amazing your business is. That is part of the score that you'll get. But we also look at your attendance in the program. That's one. But also the program is filled with assignments that you'll have to do as well to improve your business during the program. So you're going to be scored on one, your business idea, the progress you've made in the program, how often you've attended, and the assignments. So we're going to be working on a platform where you'll be able to have all your assignments in one place. So you'll be able to catch up at your own pace if you do miss. But you have to, for you to be able to, let me say, graduate, pitch at demo day, or even stand a chance to be in the top 5, you have to make sure that your attendance rate is at least 80%. Now, if you're not attending because of something that is beyond your control, please just make sure that you do inform your facilitators. We're going to let you know at the time of when we're launching the actual incubation program, who your points of contacts are, so that you can inform them of your absence. But for you to qualify to be selected to be in the top 6, we are definitely going to look at not only your business, but your participation in the program as well. And some people have lost out on the $10,000 just because of poor performance in the program. So this is not a program just for you to come and sit and try to win money at the end. This is also to support your business to grow, right? So 80% attendance. Okay, so let me read some of these questions that I have from Farron before I give another chance for a question. So from our Facebook, what if someone does not have a website? So I've already answered that one. Okay, so from our socials, for times that we have to travel from Lusaka, if both founders are female, do we both have to travel? So if you're an applicant that's applying and has been accepted into the program from outside of Lusaka, no, you do not both have to be present. You can nominate or delegate. So there's going to be a number of opportunities for you to join physically. So you can even take turns to cut down on costs. So that's perfectly fine. Okay, so from Facebook again, why does the program not extend over 3 years? Why does the program not extend over 3 years? So I'm not sure I really understand this question, but I'm assuming that you mean, why are we only focusing on businesses that have been in operation between 3 months to 3 years? Because we believe that that's the peak growth stage for the business, and the way this program is designed, the content for this program, it is just focused on those that are in operation from 3 months to 3 years. And we've got other programs at Bongo Hive that focus on people that have been in operation for over 3 years, but just not this program, unfortunately. We believe that for the purpose of this program, if you've been in operation for over 3 years, then you won't really necessarily benefit from this type of program. So that's the reason. So from this Facebook user, please do look out for other programs that better suit your needs and the level at which your business is at. And yeah. Okay, so Toela, please go ahead and ask your question.
Afternoon, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. My first question was,
Hi, Toela, I think we've lost you.
okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I think I missed out on the first part where you mentioned the number of applicants that go through from the first round. And then the next question is there any other compliance paperwork that's needed?
All right, thanks for those questions, Toela. So we typically get over 100 applications for the program, and our first shortlisting round is 40. So from over 100 applications, we'll be first shortlisting to 40 applications, and the top 40 will go through a virtual 5-day boot camp. And then after that virtual 5-day boot camp, the top 40 will then be expected to pitch, right? And then we're going to shortlist. The second round of shortlisting will then be for our top 15 that will actually be officially part of the SC Women in Tech Incubation Program. And your other question, Toela, please remind me what your second question was. I forgot, sorry.
Okay, yeah, sure, no worries. I was asking if there's any other compliance paperwork required.
Oh, yes.
Other than
Yes.
the microphone. Yeah.
Yeah, so for that, you'll have to check the application form, right? So primarily we will require your PACRA form, anything that shows us, so your PACRA documents, your business registration documents, but also any documents that clearly show the shareholding in your business. So again, as I said, the program is solely for women founders, but in the case that you have a co-founder that is male, we would need proof that as the female co-founder, you have at least a 50% or more stake in the business. Yeah. So any documents that show who the actual owners of the business are and how much stake, what their shareholding is. Okay, no problem. Okay, so I'm going back to questions. So Victoria Chewe asks, where will the 5 days bootcamp be? And are we required to camp on site, or will we be coming from our homes? So Victoria, the 5-day bootcamp will be online. So if you're referring to the top 40 bootcamp, so that's going to be purely online, and it's going to be on Zoom. So you have to make sure that you've got a good internet connection, and that you are in a quiet place where you can focus, so you can get the best out of the bootcamp. So it is completely virtual. The pitching, on the other hand, so after the 5-day bootcamp, the top 40 will be required to pitch, and for that one, they'll need to be physically present at the Standard Chartered offices, and we'll be able to communicate that in January once we shortlist. And for the pitching, there's no camping, so you'll be given a time slot. Should be between 10 to 15 minute time slot. So you pitch, and then after that, you leave. Okay, so Laureen, are we going to be asked to submit bank statements, proof of our company's valuation? Not necessarily. Again, I think this will definitely be looked at on a case-by-case basis. But typically, I do not think there's any situation where we required bank statements. But we do have a due diligence process where we'll be asking for additional documents. But again, that is very much based on your application and what you put in there. Okay, so Lenny from Facebook, what other compliance paperwork is needed? So I think I've addressed that question. The last one here, are we going to be asked to submit bank statements as proof? Okay, so I've already answered that question. All right, so Felix here asks, how many businesses are you going to pick for the initial phase? So Felix, by the initial phase, I'm assuming you're referring to the top 40. So the first shortlisting round is 40 businesses. The second shortlisting round is 15 businesses. So Felix, I hope that's what you were referring to. If not, feel free to correct me in the chat. Okay, I think I have answered all the questions I currently have in the chat and also from Facebook. Are there any other questions? Any other points of clarification? We have about 6 minutes left in the meeting.
There's a hand in the chat.
There's a hand in the chat. Okay, Toela, please go ahead.
I think I had already asked my questions. Thanks.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, oh, so 2 participants. Let's see. Laureen, was that an old hand, or would you still like to ask a question? Felix says, is the 3 months of operation or registration by PACRA? So the operation, Felix, is 3 months. So you should have already operated for at least 3 months. But even for your PACRA documents, if you just but for your PACRA documents, I think we'll take it on a case-by-case basis. but ideally your business should have already been registered with PACRA during the program. And you can get more information as you go through the application form. Yeah. Lorene, is that an old hand or would you still have another question?
Sorry, I'm coming again. Actually, I was unable to find my mute button.
Okay.
I just want to, I don't know if I got it right. I'm in a situation where one of my founders is actually out of town. So I wanted to clarify I had one of the participants raise a question to say, is it necessary that both founders should be found, or maybe the situation where one cannot be found, one can be represented? So I just wanted to know if it's okay like that.
Yes, it is okay. So like I said, we accept up to 2 people, up to 2 founders of the business to take part in the program. But if one of you is not available and then the other is, and that's completely fine. And that's the reason why we always encourage people to have more than one founder, not only just as business practice, but also to take part in the program, because we do know that life happens and sometimes, you can be there, you can, but also it also helps as well with different perspectives, and people have different strengths and different skills. So yeah, so if you can attend all the physical sessions and your co-founder can't, then that's fine. Yeah, at least one of you has to be there for at least 80% of the time. Yes. I hope that's clear now, Lorene. Any other questions?
No, it's clear on my side. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? All right, so since we have no questions and we've reached the end of our presentation, I'd like again to thank everyone once again for taking part in this information session. If you've got any questions, any concerns, please do feel free to visit our website. It's quite comprehensive and you'll be able to get all the information about the program. Please do not try to apply for the program last minute. We do get a lot of last minute applications. Like I showed you, we've got about 50 questions on the application form. It's quite lengthy. So please start as soon as you can. To start applying as soon as you can so that you have enough time if you've got any questions. Again, we're also going to be having we're going to be having another information session on the 9th of January next year. And that information session is just purely going to be, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the application forms and try to take out, we're trying to gather information on where people are struggling, where people are not necessarily answering the questions correctly. And we're just going to try to support with that as well. But that's going to be 1 week before we close the application. So we'd really encourage that you take this time, the holiday period, to make sure that you familiarize yourself with the application form and that you put in your application. Yeah. All right. So thank you very much, everyone, for your attention. Thank you very much for participating, for the questions, and we look forward to another successful year of the Standard Chartered Women in Tech program.